Hello my friends from Mi Wifi forum. Please join me to review this amazing router of Xiaomi, the Xiaomi Mi Router 3C. The Xiaomi Mi Router 3C is the younger brother of the Mi Router 3 version, as we are going to see the difference later. But now let's focus on the main feature this router has. Take a look. I'm going to disconnect it for a moment just to take a closer look to it. This is a beautiful router, all white, has a cool design. This is not made for hang it in the wall like other routers that has some holes and you can put nails in the wall in order to hang it up, but still it looks beautiful in the way it is. You can use it like this and put it on your desk or somewhere else. And this router has 4 high performance antennas that can cover a wide range in your house or your business and so on. It's pretty lightweight. It has 241 grams of weight, so it's very lighter for a router of this category. And if we look in the back part, you will see that it has a lot of holes. This is because it uses a fanless technology, so it doesn't make any noise, but it needs more ventilation in order to work properly. And on the connectivity part, we have in the back part we have 3 Ethernet ports. One of these is used for the internet, and the other 2 are used for connecting up to 2 devices via an Ethernet cable. And we also have the power input and the small hole where you can use a needle or something similar to reset the router configuration. I'm going to connect it back. Oh, also it has a light in the front part. It's hard to notice it, but this light it's an indicator, the only indicator that it has physically that indicates that if the router is working properly, if it's working okay, then it will have a blue light. Otherwise, when you just connect it, it has an orange light, but also it can have a yellow light under special situations. As I mentioned before, this is the younger brother of the Xiaomi Mi Router 3, which was launched before this one. So what are the key differences? Maybe you will be better with the 3 version instead of the 3C. So let's review a little bit about the difference. For the Xiaomi Mi Router 3C, we have the following specs. We have a RAM memory of 64 megabytes, while this can be considered a low number, but actually it's 8 times more than most of the routers in this category has. So that means that it can handle a lot of concurrent user or devices connected to the network at the same time compared to other routers. And also for the ROM memory, which is used for storage maybe of log files or things, configuration and things like that, like those, it has a capacity of 16 megabytes. That's it. It's good enough for just storing the necessary data. Now, in the connectivity part, as you could see, we have 2 Ethernet ports to connect devices using a cable. And regarding the wireless connectivity, it has support for the frequency 2.44 G that allows the router to reach a max speed of 300 Mbps. So it's really good for the price. It's very affordable, and it has a lot of features. Also, while you can do too much physically, I mean, it just has the light indicator here and doesn't have any buttons, but the main power of this router is to manage it through the mobile application that the router has, the Mi Wi-Fi. That's one way. Another way, when you are connected with your computer, you can control it using the Mi Router application. Sorry, the Mi Wi-Fi. Sorry. a web page which you can do basically the same as you can do in the mobile application. But what are the difference then with the bigger model, the Mi Router 3? So at first, regarding the dimensions, the Mi Router 3 it's a little bit greater on this part than the 3C model. That could be not too important, but anyways. And now regarding the capacity, the Mi Router 3 is a more intelligent router because while this one has some built-in applications managed by the mobile application, for example QoS, parental controls, and Wi-Fi boost, configuration of DNS and things like those, guest Wi-Fi, and so on. The Mi Router 3 has those, but also you are able to install third-party applications on it, while you cannot do that in here. And regarding the connectivity, while this one only has 2.4G Wi-Fi frequency, the Mi Router 3 has dual band because it supports 2.4 and also 5G connectivity. So that allows the router, in this case the 3 version, to reach speeds up to 800 Mbps, while this one only reaches 300 Mbps. So those could be the key factors. Also, in the RAM memory, while this one has only 64 megabytes of RAM, the other one has 128 megabytes of RAM. So what that means? It means that the Mi Router 3 can support more devices connected at the same time that the 3C does. So you can consider those factors in order to make your choice, depending if you want the Mi Router 3C or the 3. Also, another thing that I forgot, the Mi Router 3 has support for USB, so it has an USB port because it's a little bit bigger to connect the external hard drive and to expand the capacity of the router, while this one doesn't have such thing. So those are the key difference between the two devices. On the processor part, I think that although they are using different types of processors, but since this one was released later, this one has a pretty similar processor that the Mi Router 3. So that's not a key difference between the two devices. But the other ones that I mentioned some moments ago, those are the difference to take into consideration. Now, let's see what can be done with the mobile application of the Mi Router 3C. As you can see, I have the application installed in my tablet. So let's open it, the Mi Wi-Fi. So this is the main interface. Right in the launcher, in the dashboard, you can see the list of devices that are currently connected, which are the first 3, and also we can see other devices that have been connected at some point in the time. This is the main interface. We can see some information here. I don't know why it shows 0.2 kbps. Not sure, because I have more speed. Well, the numbers are changing right now. And well, I have here my router. I can manage multiple routers in case you have more than one. And well, that's in the main part. So for example, if I can click on a specific device and I can see the current consumption of it, I can do multiple things like blocking a specific device or set up the QoS for a specific device, deny internet access, and so on. As you can see, you can do a lot of things with specifically for certain devices. That's in the main part. Now we can go to the plugins, and here we can see like the applications built in this router. For example, we have the updates in case you want to update the system. Right now it's updated. We have the guest Wi-Fi option. This one is a very good one. Imagine that you have some visitors in your house and they ask you for the Wi-Fi password, and you don't want to provide it, but instead you can set up a guest Wi-Fi for them, and you are able to, for example, well, I will turn it on to see what thing it offers. Oh, well, I don't know why it's asking me for installing that application. Well, let's take a look to that one later. Then we have the firewall option. Here you can configure the level of security. For example, if you want normal security or high security. In this one, it will notice any new devices that connect to the network and ask for confirmation. Or if you just want to block the blacklist devices only. Also, you can here set up the password string and configuration regarding the block list. In this case, this could be for adding websites or based on devices to the block list of the firewall. Then we have Wi-Fi Boost, which is basically a tool that analyzes your Wi-Fi and tries to optimize it by analyzing, as I said before, several configurations and aspects from your connection, your router, and the connectivity. Once it finishes, it gives you some suggestions to optimize the Wi-Fi signal quality, and you are free to choose if you want to implement those enhancements or not. So it's a very good tool when you are feeling that the network is slow or something similar. Almost finishes. It's taking a while, but yeah. So it suggests you to turn on the QoS or some optimization. I don't know what it means, but I'm going to choose just the first one. In this case, is for choosing the Wi-Fi channel where the signal will be served. So that's a very good one. Oh, it's done. 48% of improvement. Wow, that sounds pretty good. Now we have the QoS part, in which you are able to enable QoS and configure it depending if you want to focus more on streaming, watching videos and things like those, or surfing into the websites. That's up to you. Then Wi-Fi timer, you are able to turn on or off the Wi-Fi at certain schedules. Then we have the schedule reboot in case you want to reboot the router at a specific time, and the option of sharing router, which means you have maybe more than one person living in your house and you want to give him or her the grants for managing the router, so you are free to do so. Then we are in the settings part, in which for example, we can set up the Wi-Fi configuration, name of the network, encryption algorithm, the password, or if you want to hide the network. Here you can see that for Mi Router 3C we have 2.4G, but for the other one you have more options, the version 3. Then network settings. Here you can set up if you want DHCP or static IPs. And also you can change the DNS. Right now I'm using the Cloudflare DNS, so you can do that. Or if you want to configure a VPN, you can do so in this part of the application. Then hardware and system configuration. If you want to use the LED light, update the password of the administrator for accessing the router configuration. When you first install the application, it asks you for the password, and in order to access to all those features, time zone, data reset, reboot, and yeah, basically those are the main features on the Mi Wi-Fi applications. You can see it's pretty complete. You can do almost everything from here. Also, the web application, you can access it to type in 192.168.11, and you will be able to access to it. So that's it regarding the Xiaomi Mi Router 3C. I highly recommend it to buy it. It's a very good router for the price. I think I bought it for 23 bucks in GearBest. That was like 8 months ago, and I have had no issues with it. I think it should be cheaper these times, like 22 20, or 20, even 20 on GearBest, AliExpress, or DHgate. I don't know, but I highly recommend it to you to buy it. Well, you can evaluate if you need something more powerful with support for more users. Maybe you can go with the Mi Router 3. Otherwise, if you want something more modest and with not a high network load, then you can choose the Mi Router 3C. But that's it. Thank you, my friends from Mi UI forum. Thank you for joining me in the review of this Xiaomi Mi Router 3C. Have a good one.